Just copy. Okay, so just 1 second, I'm sending it. Yes. So here you can have it in the chat. Oh. Okay. And let me share my screen so you can see the book. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So this is the book that we are going to work on. It's called Speak Out, second edition. And of course, it's the advanced students book. We will like during our journey with this book, we'll have time to work on a variety of topics. We will cover 5 units or 5 modules. In every unit, we will discuss something or we will work on something which is in advanced English level. So you won't have any kind of hi, how are you, etc. Yes, it's kind of like the real deal here, because it's obviously the last level in like English as a foreign language series. And after it, perhaps you're gonna move on to the TOEFL preparation or whatever the exam you want to prepare for. So for the first unit here, we have the title Origins, and we will see in a minute what we're going to work on during that unit. The other one is named Opinion, and the third one Places, obviously about countries. Then you will have Justice, and finally Secrets. Now, if you have that question in mind, whether we're going to cover the last, like the other 5 units in the book, well, the course is obviously for only 5 units because it's only consists of 7 weeks, and in 7 weeks we will be able only to cover 5 units. Okay. Do you have any questions before we start?
No.
Right. So let's move on to the first page in the first model, Origins. Now, what do you think this unit is going to be about?
Maybe the origins of some cultures or some countries.
Yeah, maybe. Interesting. Others, do you have any other opinions to share with us?
Maybe traditionals.
Maybe traditionals. Thanks, Ikram. Okay. Right. Thank you very much for sharing your opinion with us. Now let's move on to the first page of the unit, and we will start with some kind of speaking, like small discussion. So the title of this unit is what is in a name? Interesting. Obviously, they're checking names, their origins, or what is the story beyond these names, and so on. Let's read those 2 questions and discuss them together. We can have like a few minutes of discussion. Then we can jump up to the next questions and see what we're looking for in this unit. So the question number 1, do you think your name is difficult to pronounce for foreigners? Why? Why not? Is it an international name or it's mainly used in your country? Interesting. For me, kind of, well, it's a very famous name, so they pronounce it, but they don't have this ha sound, so obviously it's like Muhammad. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you think about this question?
For me, I guess my name is not that difficult. The same with the pronouncing this, they might say Tasneem, maybe they say ta with A.
Yeah.
And I don't think so that it's really difficult.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So
But they would.
sorry.
Sorry?
So do I. They pronounce my name Tertil, like
Yeah.
while my real name is Tertil, and it's not that difficult, I guess. But it's I
Yeah,
mean, it's kind of specific. Like there's not a lot of my name.
right, right. Yes, Ikram, yes, you can share us.
I think my name somehow is easy, but if you write it with E, will be clear for foreigners to translate it.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Totally. So there is a funny, like an other funny question, which is asking if you like, do you have any nicknames and how did you get them? Well, nicknames sometimes are like terrible, but yeah, anyway. So did you have any nicknames, you guys?
For me, yes.
Oh,
My nickname is Simo.
oh,
I don't remember actually how I get it, but since I was in the middle school, all my friends start calling me Simo. So yeah, I just like it.
oh, perhaps because this name is too like it's long
Yeah,
for them. They just want
yeah,
to make it like shortcut.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't have a nickname.
Me too. I don't like them.
Yeah, sometimes they're like terrible.
Silly. Yes.
So let's move on and go to vocabulary. Here, you're gonna be surprised how like using some um, phrasal verbs can be really different, like with the original meaning of some specific verbs. So if you could you please, if you would like to go, oh, you don't have any printed copies, right?
Not
Not
yet.
really. No problem. You can just look at the screen. You will find it question 2A, and here you'll have two options. For example, I was named after or to my great grandmother. I would say I was named after, which means like someone is naming someone after someone, which is like, this is, we do this a lot in the Arab countries. So she was called Linda, and the girl's name who is talking is Linda too. This is this is the meaning of named after someone. So I want you to look at the phrasal verbs in sentences 2 to 10. Take your time, take half a minute, then we will discuss them all together. Okay. Have you finished?
Yes.
All right, great. Let's discuss them. So, Ikram, would you like to do number 2?
Yeah. I'm from a famous family, and it's not easy to live up to my name, I think.
Yes, that's correct. To live up to my name. What do you think about this one? What's the meaning of to live up to your name?
Like to, I don't know how to explain it, but like when your name is difficult, then people can pronounce it in a right way or wrong way. I think she means that.
What I think that she means is that, well, to live up to your name, it means like people expect you to be on some standards, because look here, she's from a famous family. So she said it's not easy to be like, to meet people's expectations, you know. So once she says her name, people just have some ideas about her. Some families, they have like super famous names. That's why this happens with them. Right. Number 3, Tasneem, you can do it.
Okay. I worked hard for 20 years and made a name for myself in film.
Yes, to make a name for yourself, to be famous at something. Right, Tartil, you can take the next one.
He used to be a celebrity name, but he's not famous anymore, I guess.
Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. We say household name.
Oh, okay.
Yes, household name, it means like famous by public, okay?
Okay.
But he isn't famous anymore, so yeah, he used to be a household name. Right. My turn. Well, I put my name forward for class president. Yeah, when you put your name forward something, that means like you want to like to do something, just put it. Right. This is I think this is a little bit easy. Right. Number 6, who wants to do it?
No.
I will do it.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, even though she was
Even though she was innocent.
Okay, innocent. It took her years to clear her name.
That's correct. When like they cleared their names, that means they're cleaning their criminal record or something. Okay, Ikram, you can do the next one.
She addressed all her employees by name.
That's correct. She addressed all her employees by name. It means like she calls them using their names. Thank you. And I guess Tartil, you didn't do anyone now. Go ahead.
He was a king in name only. He had no power.
He was a king in name only. Yes. Well, yes, not by. We say in name only. Thank you. Yeah, I believe we use something similar in Arabic. He's just, you know, by name only. So he isn't real. So next one. My surname is Jones. My middle name is, okay, this one is like Wetley, and my given or main name is Stephen. So number 9, here we have just one option, given name or main name. There is nothing called main name. It's given name, okay? Given name is like first name. It's exactly the same. Given name, we say my given name or my first name. Okay. The last one, my maiden or born name is Smith, but my married name is Liston. So yes, we say maiden name. This means like in the West, ladies, when they get married, they just change their names. It's not something that they do, it's just the system there. So the name before marriage is called maiden name. Okay, do you have any questions here?
Doctor, could you please again the 10th information you said?
Oh, the 10th, right. So in the West and in America, even here in Turkey, when a lady married, like when a lady gets married, the system changed her name to like to her husband's name, last name, just not the first name, okay, the family name. So what they refer to as maiden name is the name of their family before marriage. Did you get it?
Yeah, got it.
Yes, exactly. Right, so far so good. Let me check here. That's great. Now let's move on. Let's work on some questions together. They're telling us work together. Like, am I sharing? Yes, it's good. All right, work in pairs and answer the questions. Which of the collocations? So, okay. So here we have A, B, C, D, E to H. And let's work together to find out what are the names that we use for each one. For example, are on your passport or identity document. Which names would be on your passport or identity document?
Surname, middle name.
Surname, middle name, given name, maiden name, married name, and yeah, those. So if you would take just few seconds and look at them and try to answer them according to what we read with the questions 1 to 10. Can you see them clearly? Like, can you see them clearly on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Yes, take a few seconds to work on them. Might change in your lifetime.
Teacher, what
Related
does
to
reputation mean?
Reputation, when you are famous, you have your own reputation. Suma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not just when you're famous, everybody does have a reputation. Okay, let's do them together. So we said your surname, middle name, given name, maiden name, and even what is called married name, which is the name after marriage. They're all can be on your identity document or your passport. Okay, we're done with that. What about might change in your lifetime? Which names would they change in your opinion?
Married name.
Definitely married name. Yes. What else?
And
Maybe
also born name.
Sorry, did you say surname?
No, I said born name. Like people can change their born name in courts, you know.
Yes, they can, but this is something exceptional. Like I think here they would want you to say surname because the lady again changed it when she married. Like yeah. Right, no problem. But in exceptional cases, if you want to just file it as a complaint in the court, you can change your name eventually. So anyway, right. So are related to reputation. Which are they?
Household.
Here you can use, I believe here you can use some phrasal verbs. For example, live up to my name. Live up to my name, it means like to live in the standards other people put for me as, you know, a famous person. This one, live up to my name. This is related to reputation. What else? What else?
Maybe I guess made a name.
Thank you. I made a name for myself. This one means I am like famous as well. That's correct. What else, you guys? Made a name for myself. Yes, clear her name. This one as well. Clear her name. She again did something to make a reputation for herself. Okay, that's good. Means using their names. Which one would it be?
Named after.
Okay, so yeah, to not really here means using their names, not really. Okay, let me just double check. So it's address someone by name. That would be it. Address someone by name, but it's them like up there. No problem. You couldn't see it because of the PDF. So what about this one? This is a good one. We didn't pay attention to it through doing the exercise one. Means volunteer. Which one would it be in your opinion?
I put my name forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, to put your name forward, it means you volunteer for something. That's very true. Yes, put your name forward to volunteer for something. So means famous.
Household.
Household name. I told you about that. Yes, a household name. Where was household? I couldn't see it now. Yes, here. Yes, household name. Okay. It means it's only a little. It's only a little. Which one would it be? Remember the king.
In name only.
In name only. Yes, in name only. He can't do like real stuff. He's just in name only. Okay. What about is honor of someone else? Yes. Name.
Maiden.
No, for example, you do this for your grandmother. You honor her by taking her name.
Oh, names after?
Name after someone. To name after someone. Thank you very much. That was really, really good and enjoyable. Okay. Interesting. So if you want, we can just take a couple of minutes thinking of those questions, and that can be fun. So think about someone who is a household name. Who would you think of? Do you know anyone who has a famous name?
No.
Okay. What about someone who had a name for himself or herself recently? Maybe we don't want to anyway. Okay. Right. So just think of those. You can just say it to yourself. You don't need to share names here. And of course you don't need to make up names as well. Right. So let's just go to reading. Let's enjoy ourselves with some reading. Then just remember, telling you this for those who want to do some exams after this level. So just remember that whenever you want to read something, try to read the questions that you're going to answer before we go to the reading. So for example, here, let's have a look at those 3 questions because we're gonna answer them out of our reading. So the questions are, what do you think are the world's most common given names? And what are the most common family names in your country? Why do you think people change their names? Okay, it's now time for reading. I believe this is the biggest thing I could put on my screen. I really hope it's clear for you. Can you see it properly?
Yes.
Great. So we're gonna read them paragraph by paragraph. We can just read together so no one of us can get tired. Who wants to start reading?
We can.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Approximately 130 million babies are born each year, and under normal circumstances, they all get a name within days of their birth. The most common given name is thought to be Muhammad. It can be spelled in different ways. And the most unusual, well, take your pick. British model Jordan called her daughter Princess Tayami. Germany Jackson, Michael Jackson's brother, named his son
Michael Jackson, yes.
Michael Jackson's brother named his son Your Majesty, and actor-director Sylvester Stallone called his son Sage Moonblood. But it isn't just celebrities who are going in for strange sounding names.
Thank you. Wow. Interesting information. So the most common name in the entire world is Muhammad. Yeah, it's what an honor. And it's spelled in different ways. This is the first information we got. Then we got that impression that celebrities are trying to name their babies with strange sounding names. And here, your friend, even like anyone would struggle with reading those names because they're strange sounding names like Sylvester Stallone and Sage Moonblood and so on. Let's continue. I will read the next paragraph. My pupil have increasingly outlandish names, says one secondary school teacher from London. She cites poorly spelled names such as Amba, Jordan, Charlie, and Monica, and what she calls absurd names like Shakwala and Sharade or Sharday. How will such names affect her students when they go out to get a job? I think it's a serious disadvantage, she says. I can't disagree more, or I can't agree more. So, yeah, it's very interesting that how people are just trying to make strange sounding names, and how can that affect the students in the future? This can, according to the text, this can put them in a huge disadvantage. Let's see why. So please, Tartil, continue.
Okay. Albert Mervain, Professor Emeritus of Psychology at the University.
Yes.
Psychology at the University of California agrees with her. Names generate impressions, just like a person's appearance can generate a positive or negative impression, he says. But names also have an impact when you're not physically present, such as when you send in a CV.
Thank you.
Okay.
You can continue. Just let me comment on this. No problem. Thank you very much for reading. So here, this professor from the University of California, he agrees with her. Names generate impressions, right? And especially if the person isn't there, if there is no physical person, like when we apply for something, we send a CV, and how effective that can be. Continue, Tartil, you can continue.
Okay. Mehrbain researches people's instinctive, okay, reactions to hundreds of first names. It's striking how many positive associations some names carry, and how negative the connections of others turn out to be, particularly when it comes to linking names with success, which is Melbourne takes to include ambition, intelligence, confidence, and other
Attributes.
attributes. Okay.
Yeah, like factors. So interesting enough, the name can connect to, like here they're telling you, it's striking how many positive associations some names carry. Yes, interesting. Some names just sound so advantaged on some others. Well, this is definitely has to do with many other factors, in my opinion. Culture, impression of other cultures as well. And yeah, so this is good. Thank you. Who wants to continue? Maybe Ikram wants to continue, or Tasneem.
Yeah, I mean, I'll read.
Go on, Tasneem. Yes.
Okay. So what kind of name does it take to reach the top of the tree, career-wise? Based on research in the USA, Meherban says that Alexander scores 100% for success. William gets 99% and John 98% for the girls. Jacqueline rates very high, as do Diana and Daniel and Katrina. Although Katrina with a K.
Yeah.
Catherine, okay, with a K, does slightly better than Katrina with a C.
Thank you.
But okay.
It's this fact is really surprising that Catherine with C is not as liked as Catherine with K. I believe Catherine with K, as much like with my information, it's that in Eastern Europe they write with K. So yeah, that could have an impression as well that can help the reader to know where this person is from. Thank you. Continue, please.
Okay. But can the impact of a first name really be that cut and dried? Pamela Saturn, co-author of 8 baby naming books, is less convinced that the power of a name can be quantified. There isn't that much hard evidence that absolutely conclusive. Says Saturn. She recalls one American study where researchers submitted identical CVs to a number of employers. The given name of half of the CVs was Lashandra, seen as a stereotypical African American name. Says Saturn. The name of the other half was Lauren, I guess, seen as much more with an middle class. In one study, the name Lauren got 5 times more callbacks than Lashanda, says Saturn. But in another study, the rate was similar for both names. I've seen similarly conflicting studies, Saturn adds.
Thank you. So this is really interesting that here they say, they talked about how names can be likable and how some names can be even like more advantaged than others. Then they have that study when they just submitted their they submitted some CVs to some kind of agency, and they are even here, like they're telling you it's kind of conflicting study, because I believe they didn't see it's that advantaged. I mean, they didn't see it's really all up to name. Like, so let's see the conclusion here. Saturn will tell us, I believe, the conclusion. Ikram, you can read to us here.
Okay. Saturn also believes that people's attitudes towards names are changing. She says celebrity culture and ethnic diversity have made people much more eager to look for a wide range of names of their own. The thinking is, if you have a special name that makes you a special person, let's hope so for the life of a certain individual born in 1990 in Java. This young man is named Batman Ben Superman, a name that went viral and spawned a Facebook fan page that now has over 11,000 followers.
Yes. I believe Java. I believe it's in Belgium. Let me just double check for you guys. I by accident I had this search before, and it was in Java city. Let's just check. It's in capital, so it's definitely a name of a city. Just let me see where it was. Okay. In Georgia. Well, it's in Georgia, not in Belgium. Okay, interesting, very interesting. So they say here that it's all up to celebrity culture and, you know, the ethnic diversity. And they even say, like, now, because of all of that, there are some people who are really eager to see different range of names, wide range of names. And here they mentioned a funny example in the end, that in 1990 in Java, there was a young man called Batman Ben Superman. And now he's very famous that he reached 11,000 followers. Okay, interesting. So I'm interested to hear what is your opinion about all of that. Do you agree? You don't agree? What do you think about all of that? Do we have anyone who wants to share us, or even ask questions?
Can I?
Yes, please go on, Ikram.
Actually, I don't agree with the information that people judge on you by your name. They must know you and your advantage, your personality. I mean,
Yes, of course, no one should be judged for his name, definitely. But
so
I
yeah,
think,
I mean,
yes, go on.
I mean, even in CVs, like that's the manager faults to judge in your name. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I totally understand you. No one should be judged for his name. Okay. Thank you.
I want to ask you about some words.
Definitely, yes, go ahead.
Diversity.
Diversity is that when they have more than one race, like they have people from so many different countries.
Okay, and eager.
Eager, it means you want to do something very much. You're so eager to do something.
Oh, okay.
Yes, any other words, guys? Any other vocabulary?
Generate. Could you please tell us what does generate mean?
Just generate has more than one meaning. So could you please just tell me which line did you find it so I can look for it? Just a second here. Which paragraph?
The second one, like the first line, can generate.
The first paragraph, the second line?
No,
The second paragraph, teacher, the first line. Can generate a positive or negative.
My pupil have increasingly outlandish names. Here they could.
No, I'm sorry. The third paragraph, the fourth line, can generate a positive or negative impression.
Oh, okay. Generate here, it means create. To create, generate, to create.
Okay, thank you.
Look, names generate impressions, like create impressions or make impressions. Okay, any other vocabulary? They repeated generate here too. What else? Reach people in instinctive reactions. Do you know the meaning of instinct?
No.
It's a human feeling. غريزة. It's a human feeling. Here, this is the adjective of it. Okay, what else?
Tricking.
Tricking?
No, striking.
Striking from strike.
Yeah.
Yes, striking.
Conclusive.
Conclusive means, well, if something is conclusive, that means how to tell you, inclusive, just like it's like special. Okay, it's like special, inclusive, like specific. Right, we have here a very interesting word. It's called connotation, and here it's in the plural. Connotations. Connotations, it means signs. Okay, the negative connotations means like the negative signs of other. Okay, let me check here. What do we have? Career, you know it. Wise, based, reaction, blah 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 blah. Percent success. I believe this one is easy. Next one, first name, etc. Convincing, power. Absolutely. Conclusive. This is the word you asked me about. It means like specific, precise. One American study research submit identical. Identical. What's the meaning of identical?
It's like the same.
The same. Thank you. Employees for okay. Stereotypical. Or stereotypical? From stereotype. When you make a stereotype, that means you're having an idea of a specific group of people, which is bad. African American name, all right. Seen much, white, middle class. All right, I believe here rate was similarly. Yes, I believe here we don't attitudes. What's attitudes?
Feeling, maybe.
It's like, yeah. I also believe that people's attitudes, it's like actions, okay? Or yeah, or how they deal with it toward others. She says, yeah, the rest is easy. Right, so let's stop here. I believe the vocabulary are even like, yeah, it's okay. Some new vocabulary, but there. So let's have a look here at just 5A for a second. So what do you think the world's most common given name? What was it?
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yeah, definitely.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I believe just people in our culture just name it a lot. That's the secret why it's just the most famous given name in the world. And what are the most common family names in your country? In my country, yeah, we have Akkad, we have what else? So many famous names. It's not important. What do you think people change their names? This is an interesting question. What do you think? Why do you think people change their names? Well, you tell me.
Because they were named after their grandmother or grandfather.
Sorry, they didn't like their name. I couldn't hear you well. After they were born and they found their name, what did they? What did you say next?
They were born like and found themselves like they after name for grandfather or grandmother. So
Oh
they want
yeah.
to change it.
Yeah, that's right. Some people just have that tradition that they're naming after someone old in the family to honor him, and then the children find themselves disadvantaged with an old name.
Yeah, I do agree with her, by the way.
Yeah, certainly.
Maybe there's another reason.
Maybe there are other reasons as well. Yes.
Yeah, maybe in Arabic, the names have meanings. So when they grow up, they find their name's meaning is not that good, so they want to change it.
Yeah, certainly. And you know what? Some people, when they take another nationality and they want to blend in with the new community, they just change their name and their family name so they can be, they can, when their papers are checked, that would give them like the feeling of as if they're from that country. But honestly, I don't like that. I like my name and I like to keep it, whatever happens. So yeah, that was about the names. And after break, let's take 10 minutes of break. After break, we will go to the grammar and the grammar bank. So enjoy your 10 minutes of break, and I'll see you after.
Okay, see you.
Okay, see you. Okay, let's continue. So if you can see my screen now, here next to the grammar, they're gonna talk about the continuous aspect. Now, what do you think about the continuous? Do you think it's just the present continuous? How many continuous tenses do we have in English? Do you have any idea about that? Like
Yes.
4 or 5? Yes, Ikram, what do you think?
6, I think.
Okay, 6. She thinks there's 6. Just to tell you that all the tenses, once we say continuous, they're just only they're all just one tense, but they are divided into present continuous, past continuous, and so on. But the concept is just very similar. Let's see here. Let's see this question. We have 6 sentences, and they're telling us, check what you know. Why is the continuous form used in these sentences? Read them and just tell me, why did they use the continuous here? After that, we will go to the grammar unit and we will study it together. I just want you just now to trigger your memory and just think, why do we use them? Why? So for example, let's read the first sentence. These days, it's getting easier and easier to change your name. Why do you think they use the present continuous here? Why?
Talking about something happening these times.
Yes, exactly. Now, this is one of the uses in the present continuous. You use the present continuous with getting, to see an improvement. It's getting easier and easier, right? So yes, this is for the first one. Let's read the second one. She's always talking as if she's a household name, but she's only been on TV once. Now, which tense is this? And why did they use it? The one who will answer me, just think about which tense, and why. Who wants to answer it?
Can I?
Yes, please.
The present perfect. Simple.
Just remember, she's and talking.
No, I'm answering for the second sentence. She has only been on TV.
Oh, okay. Well, we're discussing the continuous. So
okay,
my question was about, yes, the first part.
She's always talking because it's, I think, present progressive or continuous.
Yes, we call it present progressive or present continuous. But why? Why did they use it?
because I think it's repeated the action so many times.
Well, yeah, she repeated the action many times. I don't know if you took this in school, but I will repeat it for you. We use the present continuous when we are like feeling a little bit just a little bit annoyed of something. Like, for example, my students are always talking in my sessions. Oh, I don't know how I can make them quiet. An example, okay? So when you really feel annoyed of something, yes, we use the present continuous. She's always talking as if she's a household name. Like the one who said that sentence is obviously a little bit annoyed about how she always, you know, like talks on the phone. Okay, so we just unraveled two sentences. Let's look at the third one. They're telling us, I am considering naming my dog after my hero, Che Guevara. Ooh, I think this is Juvara. Okay, so again, why did they use this name? Sorry, why did they use this tense? Any ideas?
I think because it's not it's incomplete action. He's not named his dog yet, so he's still thinking.
Well, yes, the progressive, yes. You show the progressive here, the continuous. Right. The author of the book has been trying to think of a good name for it for months. Again, here we use it because we have like a continuous period of time for months. My partner was reading a book about babies named When I Got Home. So he was reading, this tense happened. This is what we call the past continuous, and we use it when some action is interrupted by another action. Was reading when I got home. I got home, he was doing some action, you know, in progress. I was hoping to borrow your car, if that's okay. Again, here with hoping, we use the past progressive. Okay, so we will stop analyzing them for a bit, and I want you here to look here. You have here like A to F, and I want you to connect them with sentences 1 to 6, okay? For example, you just look at the sentence here and just see why did we use it. You will find them here, right? So please read those A to F and connect them with 1 to 6. Go ahead, take half a minute because we already discussed them. Okay, so let's see. Who wants to do the first one? Sentence number 1.
Can I?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So
Or I'm sorry, let's do it the opposite way. For example, you can read to us A, for example, to describe a background action that was in progress when another shorter action happened. And here, look, they wrote it's sentence 5. You can see this is sentence 5. My partner was reading a book about babies' names when I got home. Just do the same with B, please. Go ahead.
Okay, so to talk about something that's incomplete, temporary, or still in progress, often emphasizing the length of time. I think the author of the book has been trying to think of a good name for it for months.
That's correct. That's correct. Yes, that's correct. It's 4. You can see here, often emphasizing on the length of the time. Yes. Go ahead. See, you can take it tartil.
Okay, to talk about situations that are in process of changing. I guess this is number 3. I'm considering naming my dog after my hero.
I think this is number 1. This is number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Tasneem, you can do D for us. I will do the rest of them.
Okay. The emphasize repeated action that may be annoying. It's number 2. She's always talking as if she has a household name, but
Yes,
she's only been on TV once.
that's correct too. For plans that may not be definite, and this is with 3. Like I'm considering naming my dog, just uncertain plans. Okay. Tentative and less direct when we make proposals, inquiries, suggestions, etc. This is here with 6. So here are the answers. Yeah. Now let's move on to the language bank. I know you don't have the book, so I will move for you. Just let me check which page. It's page 128. 128. Yay. Grammar. Okay. So as usual, for Ikram, she doesn't know the style of this book. This book has a grammar bank at the end of it. So we go there to have a wider look for the grammar point of every lesson, and we answer some questions, related to that grammar point. So let me explain to you here. I will read and explain to you. You can do it fast. They're telling you, as an aspect is a way we look at something. With verb forms, there are 3 aspects: simple, continuous, and perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to tell you. These are the 3 main: simple, continuous, and perfect. These are the 3 main verbs in English language, and every single other verb, tense, it's just a subdivision for the main divisions, which are simple, continuous, and perfect. So today we'll just focus on the continuous. They are telling you the simple aspect emphasize on an action that is complete. Okay, this is the first one, number 1. The perfect aspect emphasize that an action is completed. It's done before another time. This is 2. Let's see the 3, today's lesson. Sorry. The continuous aspect focus on the action and its duration. So this is our main idea today, is the action and its duration, how long it lasts, rather than the result. It is used to show that an activity is temporary and its duration is limited. So yes, this is very important. The result isn't really important in the present continuous, not just the present, all the continuous tenses However, the time, the duration is important. They're telling you it is used to show that an activity is temporary. This is very important. The action here is temporary, not permanent. Permanent is present simple, like the simple tense. But the continuous is just temporary. And its duration, like its duration is limited. So limited duration, temporary. These are all like the keywords here. In contrast to the continuous aspect, we usually use simple tenses to talk about facts, permanent situations, and finished actions and habits. We know that, I just told you, facts, permanent actions, and habits. Again, this is all the work of the present. Let me delete the red one here. This is all the work of the simple tense. Permanent situations, fact, and finished actions and habits. Some verbs are called stative verbs or state verbs. This is really interesting. State verbs are not usually used in continuous. Yes, there are some verbs that we don't usually use in the continuous, such as feeling, like the feeling verbs, love, hate, prefer, personal feelings they're called, or senses, hear, smell, taste, etc., or thought, believe, understand, think. But be careful, we use them sometimes with like as exceptions and they mean something else. All right, let's see the examples and then I will give you time to answer some questions. I know you need to practice as well. Use the continuous aspect to talk about, well, we will see here now the case and an example. To talk about actions that we see happening over a period of time. So we have a period of time. This is very good with the present, just let me check. Yes, the present perfect continuous. For example, they've been waiting here for an hour. Here, a period of time is just showing up here. Action in progress, when another action or when another thing happens. Yes, the present, the past continuous. John was crying when I arrived. I arrived and John was crying. So this is 1. This is 2. 3. Temporary or incomplete situation. Definitely the present continuous. He's living with his parents until he can find a house. He is living. Repeated action, repeated actions. 3. He's always playing her music loudly. She's always playing her music loudly. So again, this is the present continuous with like repeated actions. Situations in the process of changing. I told you, getting better, getting worse. The economy is getting better, or is getting worse here in this case. So process of changing. Plans. Yes, plans. They're telling you, I was thinking of going home this weekend. Past continuous as well. Tentative ideas, like to avoid being too direct or a request. For example, I was thinking if I could borrow some money. Yes. Actions in progress at a particular time. Let's see, everyone seems to be working at the moment. Be working at the moment. Again, progress in a specific or at a specific particular time. Do you have any questions here?
No.
Others?
No.
Okay. Let's move on to the next page. Here in 1.1a, you have to choose A, B, like between the two choices to complete the sentences. You have 10 sentences. Please look at them and choose the correct answer. Take your time. Have you finished?
Just a second.
Okay, take your time.
Okay, done.
Okay, what about you others?
I'm done too.
Okay, let's do it together.
Okay.
Let's do it together. Right, so number one, I can read, you tell me the answer here. The photocopier isn't working or doesn't work at the moment, but the engineer will fix it later.
I guess it's A.
Definitely A. The other one is a present simple. Yes, isn't working. Thank you. Next one, you can't go because you haven't been finishing or haven't finished your work.
Haven't finished.
Sorry, what?
B, haven't finished.
Haven't finished. Yes, thank you. That's correct. I was having a great time, or I had great time when my dad came and dragged me home.
A.
A was having.
Yes, I was having. Thank you. The postal worker is weighing or weighs the package right now.
It's weighing.
Is
Yeah.
weighing. Yes, that's correct. And next one. That's a tricky question, and I am not knowing, or I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
Definitely, I don't know. This is a state of verb. Okay, I looked through my old papers and I found a letter from you.
A. I was
looking. This is very easy for you guys. Let's do it very fast, and I will leave B for you to do it at home. Okay, 7. Can you turn down the volume? I am talking, or I talk on the phone.
I'm talking.
Of course I'm talking. Okay, now 8. I wasn't hearing. I didn't hear the doorbell, so I carried on watching TV.
B.
B.
Yes, of course I didn't hear. 9. She has been studying, or she studied all morning.
A.
Been studying. A.
She has been studying. Thank you, all morning. Are you done with the answers here, so I can scroll down for 10?
Yeah, but Mr. I have a question, can I?
Sure, sure.
Can you explain to us why did we choose B in the 8th question? I didn't hear.
8th question. Yes, just let me. Okay, 8. Did you say 8?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't hearing. I didn't hear the doorbell, so I carried on watching. Right. Well, here is a stative verb, and we usually use it in the present simple form. We don't like it means something else when you just say, when you say hearing in the past continuous. Hearing, it means the sense of hearing, okay? But when you want to use it here as a verb, like the sense of hearing, you just say, I didn't hear you, okay? This is how we use it. Plus, if you looked at the sentence, it's 2 actions. One of them is in the present simple, in the past simple. And yeah, the other one was in the past simple too. Like 2 actions happened at the same time. I didn't hear, so I carried on watching TV.
Yeah,
Does
got it.
that make any sense for you?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's move on to the last one. Let me delete everything here. Let's move on to the last one. I lived in Krakow, but I am doing, or I do, a course in Warsaw this summer. I knew this city is near like Eastern Europe. So yeah, what do you think?
I'm doing.
Yes, I'm doing.
Yes, I am doing a course in Warsaw this summer. A specific time, you guys. Okay. So good. So far so good. Great. So far so good. Now, B is your homework. You can download the book from the link I sent you. You can work on it. You can print like the chapters we're going to work on, or listen by listen. Yeah, any way you like. So now let's go for a bit. No, I said I won't long, but I wouldn't take long. But yeah, just let's go back there. And here in 6A, if you can see it, can you see it now? 6A.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, great. Or yeah. Let's have a look at the sentences here and see if we have any sentence that we need to change it to the progressive. So look at them, and there are some sentences which are correct and some sentences that we need to change them to the progressive. So please have a look at them, and yeah, we will discuss them. Just take a minute to look at them. Okay. So let's discuss them together. Let's see, number one, they want us to change it into the progressive. So it would be John isn't in the office. He might be leaving. Yes, he might be he might be having lunch. Yeah. So that means we here we're predicting his what he's doing, like in the progress. Let's go for two, and I will ask you one by one. We can like work it out like that. Ikram, you can work out the first one.
Okay, I'm fed up. We have waited for an hour, so we will say we have been waiting for an hour.
Thank you. We've been, just write been and ing. Just let me erase that. Yes. We have been not being. I believe I just needed been. We've been waiting for an hour. Thank you. Tasneem, you can do the next one. Waiting.
She owns a small house by the river. I'm not sure about this. Maybe we can.
So 3, it says she owns a small house by the river. It's correct. That's why you're not sure about it.
Yeah, I was. What are we gonna change in it?
This is very
Yeah.
confusing when it comes in the exam. Like this one is really easy, but I mean other questions, they just make you think about an answer. Well, it's just correct. Okay, Tartil, your turn.
Okay. Can you be quiet? I try to work. Can you be quiet? I'm trying to work.
Yeah, just ing and am. That's piece of cake. Okay, one for me. I will take it. Number 5. The letter arrived today. She had expected news since Monday. Well, she had been expecting news.
So why doesn't we say she has expected?
Well, she has expected like news since Monday. I don't think so. There is a duration here. We don't really use the present perfect for duration. We use it for result. We use it for like see the result of an action. Right?
Yes, so we're not focusing about the result.
Here we're focusing on the duration. She's been waiting the news since Monday. It took long.
Okay, guys.
Number 6, who wants to do it?
Can I?
Yes, please, go on.
That chicken dish tasted great. I think it's right.
It's right. Take another one since it's right. Yes, you can do the next one, please.
Oh, me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Who do these keys belong to? That's also right.
Again, that's also right. Thank you. Tasneem, it's your turn. You can do the next one, please.
Okay. By next September, we will have lived here for 25 years. By next September, we have been living here for 25 years.
Okay, this tense is a little bit annoying. We will have been living here. We will have been living here. This is what's called the future perfect continuous. Been living here for 20 years. Right, now Tartil, your turn.
Okay, I work on a project at the moment. I'm working on a project at the moment.
I'm working on a project at the moment. And the last one is mine. My partner Was making instead of made. Was making. Dinner when I got home, so I helped. Do you have any questions here?
No.
Okay. So let's continue for just a bit. We're almost done, don't you worry. Let's go down there. And we have here something called a profile, personal profile. This is like, yeah, we can just read it, have a look at this lady and how she introduced herself. We can just use the style. Maybe you can use the style to write a kind of portfolio introduction for yourself, or like a profile somewhere. So let's read it together. Mira Kaya. Yeah, I can read for you guys. I am half Turkish, half British. I was born in Istanbul, but I lived in London. I am the author of a dozen children's books and several plays that have been produced in the UK, France, Turkey, Germany, and other countries. Wow. For 6 years, I was a teacher at a school in North London, where I worked, extensively with children with learning difficulties. This led to my first publication, a picture book called Blue's Big Day. The story was later made into a short film. Other books followed, including Night Owl and Rooftop Ringleaders series, for which I was nominated for several awards. Besides writing, my passion is cycling. I hit the road whenever I have a spare moment. There aren't many, obviously, and can be found whistling up hills outside London in bright yellow spandex most Saturdays. My other passion is two wonderful children, Chloe and Baha, who are the first editors. Oh, the children are the first editor, who are the first editor for every story I write. My second editor is my husband, Martin. We've been married for 10 years. So as you can see, here the words aren't really interested, like they aren't really the important thing. Just they want you to see. First, you introduce yourself, you write your name and where you're from. Then you write your interests, love children, music, dance in this case. I don't believe she said dance. Skills, you just write what you can do, qualifications, and then you can mention family. I know you might be not interested in writing a profile. It's just good to have it in mind. So again, do you have any questions on this one?
No.
Okay. So I believe we can stop here today. We were done with 1.1. Tomorrow we can see, perhaps we can work on 1.2 and 1.3. So you have the books. You have the book now. I sent it to you. It's in the chat. And I hope you enjoyed today. And see you tomorrow.
Mister, can I have a question?
Yeah.
Oh, she has a question. Yes, no problem.
Do you have a workbook?
Workbook. Yes, we do.
Can
I
you
will
send
search for
that?
it and send it as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Any other questions?
No thanks.
Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You
Thank
too. Bye.
you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.